Sometimes truth runs deeper in one vague question than 1,000 analytic components. When asked to name the features that define a successful life, people would readily tell you that it concerns freedom, intelligence, or the achievement of financial abundance, high reputation, and happy relationship. They are all great answers, of course, but a critical question remains. What if someone who has all these elements in life still feels something's missing and wishes to have lived differently? What if he's not proud of what he has become, especially to his younger self, and realizes too late that he's lived by not his own values and desires, but by other people's expectations, opinions, and preferences? For this reason, I believe there's one fundamental condition that should precede all the other specific components for a successful life. I'd like to name it as the true friendship between our heads and hearts. And let me explain why this is important in the way I understand it. As we grow old, we are constantly trained to trample down our inner voices in the name of appropriate behaviors. For example, we learn to obey people in authority from the first day of school. We learn to act in a certain way and project a certain image to better fit in with people around us. And later on, we learn to sacrifice ourselves in the name of providing high-quality customer service. In this socialization process, we let our world center around other people's opinions and preferences. We unconsciously make a religion of worshiping them, and we gradually lose ourselves and eventually follow the crowd. As a result, we estrange our heads from our hearts. This becomes problematic when we spend years and years at schools learning what other people think is good in order to do what they believe to be good for us for the rest of our lives. This becomes problematic when we form relationships based on the dogmatic criteria of social status and wealth instead of sincere connections and feelings. And this becomes especially problematic when we wake up one day, recognize something's wrong, but can't do anything about it as we have come far too long down the road that we didn't want for the things that we don't need to live the life that we don't appreciate in the end. Because such a life we tend to live has everything except one precious element: myself. And that's precisely why nobody dreams of following the footsteps of J. Gatsby from the novel The Great Gatsby. For your information, he's got nearly everything a man could dream of: a stately mansion in New York, a degree from Oxford, and a handsome physicality of a soldier. They are achievements Gatsby's made only to please the girl he loves, and because his entire life revolves around proving himself to her, his life becomes empty and meaningless when she is gone. And perhaps it's a good idea to think about what she here represents in our modern conditions, in which people blindly chase after money, power, and fame. So, what's the solution instead? We can start by listening to our own hearts. Instead of seeking answers from outside, we can begin to rely on the wisdom from within. Let the philosophers in the minds and sages in the hearts gather around the common table for negotiations. Let the cooperative relationships between our heads and hearts always discuss where in life we should be headed, what we truly find meaningful, and how we want to create the masterpiece called our own life. That's what I believe to be the rule and condition that should precede all the other specific answers for a successful life. Constant trials and errors based on the self-reflection and self-reliance made possible through a happy relationship between the heart and the mind. That's the way I'd live my life, and I suggest you give it a try as well, because the arc of their friendship may be long, but it bends towards success in life. Thank you.